school, get good grades, and get yourself a safe and stable job. These are the words in which my poor dad preached to me from a young age. It wasn't that my poor dad was wrong. He just had a different outlook than my rich dad. My poor dad was highly educated. He had a PhD from a highly renowned university. He was excellent at his job, and he earned a significant amount of money. However, my rich dad only had an 8th grade education and would end up being one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. My rich dad was the father of my good friend Mike. He was a small business owner, a blue-collar, nitty-gritty guy. What my rich dad lacked in a formal education, he made up for in his understanding of money and human psychology. My rich dad taught me the difference between an asset and a liability. It's fairly simple. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket, while a liability is anything that takes money from your pocket. Don't overthink this. Anything can be an asset or a liability depending on whether it generates positive or negative cash flow. So if you own a house and it generates $1,000 a month through tenants, that house is an asset. However, if you own a house and it costs you $1,000 per month, that house is a liability. Assets can be things like businesses, real estate, stocks, and bonds. Liabilities are fairly simple, and these are the things that cost you money. Paying too much for rent, buying too large of a home, and purchasing expensive cars. The rich accumulate assets, the poor buy liabilities, and the middle class buys liabilities that they think are assets. If I were to listen to my poor dad and take the advice of everyone else, including teachers and role models, I would have probably lived a middle-class lifestyle. I would have a safe and stable job. The problem is, I would fail to let my money ever work for me. I would continue to upgrade my lifestyle as I earn more money, acquiring more liabilities. I would ditch that $20,000 Mazda and purchase a $60,000 Mercedes, losing a good portion of that purchase the minute I drive it off the lot. I'd move out of my $200,000 house to buy a $400,000 house as I make more money. I'd purchase the latest and greatest tech devices. While I think I'm getting ahead, I'm really failing to move anywhere. I should be acquiring more assets to add to my gross income. However, instead, these liabilities are just costing me more and more money. That larger house means a larger mortgage. That fancy car means a higher car payment and insurance. And I continue to waste money on technology that will just be dated in a year anyways. To change this, you need to shift the mindset and acquire assets and not liabilities. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how much money you earn. You'll continually match it with your liabilities and expenses. You might look rich to the average person, but you'll never actually be rich. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a stable job. If you work hard and acquire assets, eventually those assets will generate enough income to replace your job. Going to school and getting a formal education should not be the end of the road. If you have a skill set, capitalize from it and acquire real assets, not liabilities. I'll never understand when someone says, "I'm not going to invest, that's risky," but they have no problem overspending on a new car, which loses nearly 50% of its value when you drive it off the lot and creates new expenses every month. Yeah, owning a car is a good thing. However, people routinely overspend and live outside their means. Yes, stocks can go up and down in price. Real estate can go up and down in price. And businesses can fail. However, you learn something every single time that you fail. It's not like purchasing a liability where you have a 100% guarantee to lose your money. Financial literacy is not about how much money that you earn. It's about how much money that you keep.
Poor people pursue money. Rich people pursue things. Wealthy people pursue purpose. So I stopped pursuing purpose. Then I figured it out. Poor people spend money. Rich people buy things. Wealthy people grow money. So I said, I wanted to grow money. Then I figured it out. Poor people talk about money all the time. Rich people talk about things that they have. But wealthy people talk about ideas.